fight there?
He gets advantage?
Yeah, because Burren's next to it.
Oh, shit. All right. How much damage? I want him to take one more swipe at Burren so I can tell Spriggs Burren went down.
I figured that, so 14.
All right, he's still up. All right.
That's it, man. Burren's done.
You go down prone?
I have to do a save for him. Hold on. What is it? A strength save. Okay, let me see. This is the last save I hope I have to do tonight. What is DC? Yes, he does fall down. You fucker. but he gets back up on his turn, and he's basically
knocked out.
all right, and 3 attacks on Burren. Here we go. Moment of truth, everybody. With disadvantage, right? No, he doesn't have disadvantage.
No, he doesn't have a metal crutch.
That's right. Miss, hit, miss. So he does 13 damage.
Oh my god, you're kidding.
How much did he have left?
Well, it's rounded out of 6, right?
Yeah.
Did
I get him?
Yeah, you got him.
Awesome. All right. So is Elendor one more death save? No, it's still
So Burren's still level 14, so you didn't really get him. He would have had way more hit points.
Yeah. Well. All right. So you failed your
Burren's
first.
like 20 hit points. There you go. You didn't get him.
He's down. No way. He didn't level, man. He didn't level. That's how we're doing it. I got him.
Alright.
All right, Tessero, you're up. One guy left. Put him down.
I did a death save. Alrighty then.
So MJ failed his first death save. It means 2 more and you're dead.
What, 2 more fails?
Yeah. All right. This guy's gone. This guy's dead. All right, guys. So you see a whole nother wave of soldiers coming out, and the Noldor soldiers start like filling in. They motion you back to Tirion to like drag your comrades back to Tirion.
Wait, we didn't disregard this guy.
Which guy? Oh, disregard this guy. Yeah.
Disregard him.
Should we come back over there? Nah, it says to disregard him.
Yeah, the DM just disregarded him.
That's my first thought.
He's just holding up a sign.
All right. So you guys, the elves help you revive Burren and Zelendor. They unfortunately can't help you revive Okrin.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
What's that?
For Burren, if you drop to 0 hit points while in the middle of your fury, you don't die, and you don't die outright.
Shit.
You can make a DC 10 Constitution savings throw.
All right.
You drop to 1 hit point instead.
All right, do that. I want to see. I think I still have faith that I'm going to take him down.
Oh man, I can't like in good faith.
Do it. Do it.
Alright, Burren, all saves. Constitution. Can we even roll?
Oh man, that was like a middle finger in my face right there. All right, burned. I didn't get burned. So you guys managed to drag Zelendor.
14.
And Faraday was still alive too, wasn't he?
Well, only because he killed me. I did drop once.
Yeah. All right.
I dropped once. Yeah, Burned at 1 hit point.
So you guys, so the elves, the Noldor elves, managed to fight off the first wave of people from the Caves of the Forgotten. But the Finarfin tells you, let me take you back to Tirion. Finarfin tells you that they're not sure how many Numenorians will keep pouring out, and that you need to continue on your mission. So they offer you a long rest here, obviously, while the battle is still continuing, and they tell you that your next part of your quest will be to hear the third part of the prophecy from Ingwë. Up on the tallest mountain, Taniquetil. That's where the palace is called Ilmarin. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take you up there, and we can kind of end up there. And when you get up there, you see like a throne room that faces east. It has a beautiful view, and you feel like just being inside this room and looking out the window, you can see, like, you feel like your eyes can see all the way over to Middle Earth, and it's just like this spectacular view, and you're so high up, and in the room you see. Looks like they're like almost frozen in time. They almost look like statues. They're like humanoid, but their faces they shine with light. And some of them, even in their like frozen state, you can barely look upon them. And you know these to be 8 of the Valar. So they are Aule, who created the dwarves, Tolkis, who is in the prophecy of Mandos, Lorien, also called Idermo, Orome, Yavanna, Varda, Vanyar, and Ulmo. And in front of you is Ingwë, the High King of the Vanyar, and also High King of the Elves. He greets you and welcomes you to Ilmarin. And then basically tells you, well, I'll see if you have any questions for him first. You guys have a few more minutes?
Wait, so these are like the gods?
They are.
Oh, she.
Except for Ingwë, she's an elf. But, like, head honcho elf.
Yep. So I'm going to read to you a piece of, let's see. So in the first part of the prophecy that I read to you tonight, remember this part? When the world is old and the powers have grown weary. So if you're wondering why the Valar haven't done much, is that they have grown weary.
Weary like tired, or weary like, hey, I'm kind of bored of this.
Well,
Wait, so you said they look like statues.
Yeah,
right?
they kind of. They appear to be like almost swaying in the wind, and the light flickers in their faces, but their bodies are not moving.
Should they be moving?
So you guys are asking Ingwë?
Sure, why not?
Why does each one of them have a toilet behind them?
But they don't move a lot, so you gotta go.
So Ingwë would say, that through the ages, their separation from the light has the light of the 2 trees have made them weak and weary, and how that they lack the strength to combat Morgoth by themselves.
So who can help them?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Ingwë would basically say he's heard of some of the things that you've done, and he's been expecting you, and he'd like to tell you the third part of the prophecy, if that's
Sure.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Thanks, brother.
All right, so he says, thereafter shall the earth be broken and remade, and the Silmarils shall be recovered out of the air and earth and sea, and Feanor shall surrender them willingly. Yavanna will rekindle the 2 trees, and a great light shall come forth. And the mountains of Valinor shall be leveled, so that the light shall go out all over the world. And that light the Valar will grow young again, and the elves awake, and all their dead arise. And the purpose of Iluvatar, the one god, be fulfilled concerning them. But the men in that day, the prophecy of Mandos, doth not speak, and no man it names, save Turin only.
So they don't know what's going to happen to men, or they do know what's going to happen to men?
I don't know. I think
So only Tirion.
Yeah, remember what it said about Turin? And the
he's
prophecy?
gonna deal the killing blow from Morgoth.
Correct.
I get you.
But
Payback, huh?
what you see in Ingwë tells you that what you see in part 3 are the tasks that you must undertake in order to basically make the fight against Morgoth successful and to make the Valar young again.
Let's recover the Cimmerl or something.
Yeah.
We already got one of those. All right.
So he would present to you. He would walk you up to the northern wall, and he would show you something that he calls the Octagram of Ilmarin. And I'm going to share that with you now. And this is the. It looks like this.
Whoa.
And this is where the choose your own adventure comes in for the remaining part of this campaign. Based on what he just read to you or said to you in the prophecy, in the part 3 of the prophecy, there are tasks that must be undertaken, and they are associated with the 8 Valar in this room. There are also sort of little pictures next to each one of them. So you could ask him about them now, but it is 10 after 11. If you want to do this in chat, we can. This is something that would be really great to chat about, and I can answer questions. There are going to be some things that you want to think about the prophecy, and you want to think about what you would want to happen before other things, right? For example, Marco has a sword that he wants to be crafted by the elves. Well, the elves are dead, right? So the prophecy tells you how to bring the elves back, so to speak, or it hints at it. So these are things you're going to have to discuss and think about and decide which trial you want to do first.
Well, after seeing his performance today, I suggest we get him a decent sword.
Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah. How do we know?
Which child does what?
Right, yes.
Well, the pictograms, the little pictures, should allude to some of them. If you don't know what it means, you could definitely ask him. He's willing to, and he tells you also that Ilmarin is going to act as a gateway to all parts of Middle Earth.
That's cool.
So if a trial and the time, the whole time thing may be less of an issue this way. So he says that you can basically come and go and through all parts of Arda from Ilmarin.
That would have been helpful for that 60-year, voyage there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the raindrop and the fire mean, but there's the 2 trees there.
I just assume those are the 2 trees that in prophecy.
Yeah, the colors and the swoops between anything where there's they kind of 3 of them get connected.
No, the color of the octagram itself, he says, doesn't hold meaning.
Yeah. It's just like the trial of Yvonne is gonna do the silver tree, and then the trial of Irma is gonna do the gold tree.
Do we wait for those to do those last?
I don't know.
They'll bring the elves, right?
What's that?
The 2 trees will bring the elves back.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
It says that the mountains will be leveled and the light will go out, and then the elves will awake.
He says that his people care greatly about the gems of our people, and so that
they don't give a shit about the trees. They want the diamond.
so it's the light of the trees that will bring the elves back, and the light of the the light of the trees are in the Silmarils. So there's a couple different ways you could go with that. It sounds like.
What's the chain?
Let's see. Let me look at the. Yeah, it's not in your lore.
Where is it? I accidentally closed it.
I'll bring it back up. So the trial of Aule. Aule is the master smith and the father of the dwarves, and he's the one that taught the Noldor how to make all the magic items, and he also made the chain that bounded Morgoth. and Morgoth has obviously broken that chain, and so it needs to be reforged for the last battle. And so you will acquire some of the most precious metals in Arda to reforge
Could
it.
he also reforge the sword?
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
Maybe. You're going to put that, or
It
you're
looks
going
like
to
the trial of, if I had to guess, the trial of Ulmo. Ulmo's the one in the sea, right?
The diamond.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that the Cimmerals probably got lost in the bottom of the ocean?
So you found the one in the earth. You know that there was one in the sky, but it got knocked out of the sky. But there is one in the ocean, correct?
Yeah. So that's probably how we get that Cimmeral, is through that trial.
What's the harp about?
The trial of Orome. So Orome is a woodsman. He was one of the first Valar to travel very far, to basically walk among and ride his horse among the elves. And he traveled into the far east often, back where the elves awoke in Cuivienen, and so that trial involves going very far east to the place that the elves first woke up, to learn the music of the Ainur, the Ainulindale.
Doesn't sound like the first thing we'll do, but sounds important.
And remember, some of these names, like Tulkas, you remember, was in the prophecy. Supposedly, he is going to fight in the last battle.
Yeah.
What's the tree?
The trees are the two trees with the light.
Oh, right.
Cimmerals can go. So I think we gotta use the Cimmerals to restore the trees somehow.
What's the harp there?
We just asked that to me.
Oh, that was that one? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the water drop and the flame are.
So he explains that
Well, Lucas, you just said, right?
when Ungoliant came to destroy the trees, she also drank empty the wells of Varda that replenished the trees in his Elohar, and so in order to feed the trees, once the trees are back, the well must be replenished, and the only way to do that is to recover the water from, you guessed it,
Okay.
Ungoliant.
So it does make sense to do some faster than others. So we got to get the trees, we got to get the water. It's gonna be a while before we actually get you a decent sword, man.
So we get
Yeah.
let's talk about this during the week. I think this could make for some interesting conversation. What do you guys think?
We're gonna do a vote
Yeah.
beginning of thing.
I'll just I will need to know sort of what you're going to do, I guess.
When?
Can I at least maybe you can give me 2 or 3 that you're leaning towards?
Can we vote now? Maybe you switch.
Not sure. I mean, if we need the Cimmeral, we should probably try to get the Cimmeral.
Yeah, the Cimmeral might be pretty
Well,
powerful.
he explains that there now that Erendil has been knocked out of the sky, someone will need to seek out Erendil and find that missing Silmaril.
Do my vote for the Cimmeral.
That's not on our Octagon.
That is the trial of Vanyar. So remember what else was knocked out of the sky at the same time?
The sun and moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do
I
that.
didn't know if that meant like restoring the sun and moon, because the 2 trees point to that one.
Yeah.
But I'm reading too much into the colors.
Yeah.
Can we tell that the pictograms are a little mysterious, hard to.
So why can't you just give us a list of instructions in order?
It's a cheat sheet, man.
Well,
They only speak in emojis.
that's right. Yeah.
It's the text.
These are our hieroglyphics, clip art. All right. So
We'll figure out what to do.
So you're leaning towards either the trial of Ulmo, the trial of Vanyar, or something else?
Yeah, I'd say one of those two.
Yeah, or one of the other 6. So, yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, I have to have time to plan. So let's
Probably one of those two.
let's definitely like plan to finalize this maybe midweek.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.